The fight between Vasyl Lomachenko and Jorge Linares has been finalised for the 12th of June in Madison Square Garden, the Mecca of boxing, for Linares' WBA lightweight crown. It will be Lomachenko's third weight class already, and he will be favoured with those Matrix-like skills to dethrone the Venezuelan. No fighter is unbeatable. Despite what many fans may tell you about a prime Roy Jones or a prime Mike Tyson, I go back to what the famous heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey once said, and that is that no man has everything. Everyone can be knocked out if they hit at the right time. They can drop decisions when they're not having a good day at the office. It happens. Lomachenko, however, he is about as close as there is to unboxable at the moment. His last four opponents, of course, have not seen the final bell. They've all been either pulled out or voluntarily given up because he's just so hard to get a handle on. You can be having a tough time in a fight, getting touched up, marked up, having a tough time in there. But if you're managing to find your opponent at times in a round, there's always that glimmer of hope you might get them in the later rounds. With Lomachenko, he is just hard to get even the slightest little jab on. He's so hard to read. Of course, fighters, it's not just a case of touching your opponent, but it's about being able to read them to plan counters, and then maybe you can get some hope from that. Lomachenko, though, it's so seamless, there's so many tricks, so technically savvy, the footwork, the spins around the side, he's very close to you, then he's on the outside, there's double jabs, there's cheeky shots, and then he's taunting you to top it off. Linares is a classy operator, he's very good on the outside, he can pick some great uppercuts himself, but compared to Lomachenko, it's a lot more conventional. And there's a good chance here that, just going off what we've seen so far, that as soon as Lomachenko gets going, Linares has got a bit of height on him and a bit of reach, but those advantages could just melt away in the face of somebody who was such a tricky customer. So I expect a very aesthetically pleasing fight. Both of these guys are very skillful. You can't really underrate Linares too much. Well, perhaps in any other scenario. I expect Lomachenko, with his boundless type of energy infused with those amazing type of skills, to be all around him, to be making all kinds of zigzag movements in the ring with his footwork, coming in at odd angles, choosing his punches very selectively and bountifully at the same time, hitting him from all kinds of angles Linares has never been hit from before. Linares, very good. It will be interesting to see if he can land a good crack on there, because Linares has got that slashing type of power, but the truly excellent fighters like Lomachenko never really have their chin there for those bigger shots that count. He's going to be all over the place, and I think he'll be mentally fatiguing Linares. I don't think Jorge is going to mentally capitulate in the same way previous Lomachenko opponents have. I think he's got that grit to him and will be insistent on trying to at least impose himself if the technical battle gets very tough. But at the minimum, I expect Lomachenko, with those dazzling skills, to pick up a unanimous decision, giving him the WBA World Lightweight crown in his first fight at the weight. And then you've got the prospect of possibly Robert Easter Jr. for the IBF. Now, I don't really rate Robert Easter Jr. that highly at 135 pounds, but his frame is particularly big at the weight. And just to see the disparity there between someone like Lomachenko, who's only 5'7", got about a 65-inch, 66-inch reach, against the 5'11", Easter Jr. would be very interesting just to see how he'd handle somebody with that kind of range on him. But first things first, I expect a quality fight, high skills. Linares to do his best to try and land a good one on the guy and try and solve the glitch in the Matrix, as people like to say. But I expect something of a masterclass in Lomachenko. It's got that subtext about it, hasn't it? I'm going up to a new weight. I fight the champion straight away. You know what the deal is. Lomachenko by spectacular unanimous decision.